Hey everybody, what's going on? NGS back for another episode of NGS Talks. I believe we are now at episode 15. The last one I did was around November of 2011, so case in point, it's been a really long time, I guess, so time for another one. For those of you who are new subscribers and are unaware of what NGS Talks is, essentially it's just me chilling, sitting back, relaxing, all good, occasionally playing some b-ball outside of the hood. Sometimes guys who are up to no good will start making trouble in my neighborhood, but it's really just like a pre-recorded vlog TV, but a little less raunchy. I just talk about anything that pops into my little old noggin. Okay, so first thing on the agenda, I want to thank everybody who wished me a happy birthday a couple days ago. Case in point, actually, not case in point. More specifically, I want to give a little shout out to those who did videos. The Ven13, Next Gen Striker, Dark Messiah 24, and all the guys who collabed together, courtesy of James Hansen. Thank you guys for that. I was not expecting it to pop up on my sub box. I was just like, oh wow, what's this? Oh my god! It really meant a lot. And of course, all of you guys on Facebook, Twitter, PlayStation, Xbox, all that good stuff. My birthday was pretty good, you know, nothing to really brag about, just same old, same old. That's the way it's been for me for the past couple of years. I believe ever since I turned 15, birthdays really have never been such a huge deal to me as they may be for other people. I guess maybe I hit my stride kind of early and I don't really care much. I mean, as long as I have the people who I want to hang out with me, nice dinner, cake, that's pretty much all I really need. So for those who are wondering how my birthday went, that's how it went. And like I said, I want to again thank you guys for what you've done. Also, for those who actually gifted me stuff on Steam, really appreciate that. I've been playing through the majority of it, like The Walking Dead and the Unreal games and all that junk. Speaking of Steam, the summer sales, for those of you who PC game, how have they been treating you? Steam, as usual, has been pretty damn good to me. When are they not good? So I was able to pick up some stuff for dirt cheap. I had a quota of really only spending around $40, $50 simply because I didn't want to buy all these games and not have all the time to play them, because I rarely play through all of my games at first when I buy them. Like, because when I buy games, I get them for really cheap prices, so I don't feel as guilty as spending $60 as a game and then not playing it. So if I were to get that same game for like $5 and then play it over small increments, I think it all works out in my opinion. So just going through some of the stuff that I bought, I got Alan Wake and Alan Wake's American Nightmare for like $10 total. The Back to the Future game from Telltale, all the Arkham City DLC, the Half-Life pack. I got some DLC for Fallout New Vegas, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, and of course the other stuff people have gifted me. I got also Saints Row the Third from Amazon for $10, which it's a pretty good game, I'd have to say. It's not as good as Saints Row 2. They kind of dropped the ball on the story mode. It definitely feels like you're fighting one person as opposed to the multiple factions of number 2. And the missions don't have as much punch to them as Saints Row 2's. There's not enough creativity going around there, and all the whole blind fun is just kind of absent. But nonetheless, it's still a good game. Definitely they worked on the performance of the game. The visuals are better. It runs smoother. So I guess it all works out in the end. There's a sequel coming out, Saints Row 4. So we'll just have to see if they can really strike a balance between good performance and fun, crazy, over-the-top gameplay, as a la Saints Row 2. Can't get enough of this vintage seltzer water. I know people hate it, but I don't know. I just got a taste for it. I've been drinking these since I was like 2 years old. Yeah, literally since I was a baby. But, you know, Steam has been pretty good. The summer sale ends in around, I don't know, 2-3 days, and really I have nothing else I want to buy. God damn it, Horvath, stop messaging me. Yeah, my friend Alex just got into PC gaming, and he's going crazy. He's like, oh my god, Burnout the Ultimate Box for $4! Wow! You know, it's like that first look. It's like a kid in a candy store. But Steam, like I said, has been good to me. I don't really have anything else that I want to get from Steam because I have all the games that I need to play for the foreseeable future. So moving on, as you guys know, today is July 20th, and what movie came out today? Well, it was The Dark Knight Rises, of course. And, you know, people were wondering if I was going to see the movie and do a review on it. I know I got a lot of people on Twitter asking me. I will be seeing the movie. In fact, I'm going to see it tomorrow. Couldn't see it today because we couldn't get all the friends together and arrange it, so we're gunning for tomorrow night. But I am looking forward to it. I am a huge fan of the Nolan versus movies, as people call them. A lot of people have wanted me to do a video on my thoughts on them overall. I will be doing both reviews for Batman, The Dark Knight, and Batman Begins, because I have a lot to say on those movies. Personally, I gotta say that Nolan is the best director we have had for Batman. You know, I just generally think that he actually understands the source material, the struggles with Bruce Wayne and Batman, and how this is not Batman in his later years. This is a younger, more inexperienced Batman who doesn't have all the answers, who's still going to be rough around the edges. And of course, what he did with the Joker and Two-Face and Scarecrow, great stuff altogether. My favorite film in the trilogy from the two I've seen, like I said, I haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises, would have to be Batman Begins. But I think the overall better film would be The Dark Knight, simply because they amped everything up. Everything is so much better. The writing is fan-freaking-tastic. I really appreciated that. Everybody has a quote that they could, that like if you go into the movie theater, you walk out, you can cite a line from The Dark Knight Rises, like you're what was the damn thing that Harvey Dent said? Uh, it's like, yeah, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And then there was like, you're the one holding the gun, Harvey, so pointed at the people responsible. Why so serious? All of that great stuff. It's just overall a fantastic movie, but my preference does go for Batman Begins. You know, just because I prefer it doesn't mean that it's the better of the two. You know what I'm saying? I just felt that what they did with Batman, establishing his origin story, was something that I've been waiting for on film, properly done, because it takes an hour or so for him to become the Dark Knight, well, what we call the Dark Knight. So the execution was great. There's a lot of character development going on there. And yeah, so point blank, I'm anticipating The Dark Knight Rises. I haven't been keeping up with it as much as I have like the Avengers or Spider-Man, simply because it's Nolan. We know he's going to do good regardless, but there were some things that I actually was worried about. Case in point, how he would handle Bane, Catwoman, and really finishing off Batman, because this is his last film. And the weird thing about Nolan is that he never planned it as a trilogy. He said like it'd be like a movie-to-movie basis at one point. Like, we do this, we wrap it up, and if we want to do a sequel, we'll do a sequel. And then apparently he wanted to do like 4 films at one point. I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to see how he ends it. No spoilers below in the comments section, because if you do spoil the movie, I will come to your house, pee on your bed, and force you to watch Bleach. That is going to be my weapon to use against people who do naughty things. So, yeah, now that the Nolan series has more or less wrapped itself up, that was weird. As you guys know, DC is planning on rebooting Batman at some point, because it's not like they aren't ever going to do anything with the Batman character ever. I mean, look, he's gained so much popularity in the last couple of years because people are finally taking him seriously. I mean, look what happened with the Joel Schumacher movies. And like I said, I appreciate what Tim Burton did in 1989 with his Batman. I felt that it definitely felt more like a comic book than the Nolan films, which were meant to be hyper-realistic. But my main problem with it is that it felt way too convenient at some points, and it definitely did have a lot more camp than was necessary, especially when you get into the Joel Schumacher era. But things like the Joker killing Batman's parents, and how freaking Michelle Pfeiffer became Catwoman and all that, it didn't really mesh well. It felt like Tim Burton had way too much of a hand with the films. There were a lot of his notable isms present in the movie. But I really did like the set design for it. Gotham City looked spectacular, and that was something that I missed in the Nolan films. I felt that they could have done a lot more with Gotham City. I get where they were going. Gotham City was supposed to be that place where you don't even want to go there for a vacation. You don't want to go there just to pick up something. You don't even want to go there to just get to another destination faster. No, avoid that city at all costs. Which, it was definitely there, but they could have done a lot more with the city and make it look a bit more essentially. But I guess the goal was to make it like, if you go into this movie and you come out, we want you to believe that this is 100% plausible. Yeah. But I'm not one of those people who are opposed to the idea of a reboot. Personally, I think they should follow up with the Nolan films with a Batman Beyond movie. I don't know. That's just me. That cartoon kicked ass back in the days, and I really think that it deserves another chance to get into the mainstream. You know, I definitely think it's a good follow up to The Dark Knight Rises. I definitely think if they want to not confuse the public with a film that like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, people were confused that The Incredible Hulk, they thought it was a sequel to Ang Lee's Hulk when it was really a reboot. You know, I think if they do Batman Begins, they can kind of stray away from that. I don't know how they do it, but it'd be great to see it. We shall see. Only time will tell. But it'd definitely be great to return to the more comic booky style of Batman, because I do want to see villains like Clayface and Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze done right. You know, I want to see a lot more of the comic booky villains that Nolan really didn't want to do, because he wanted to make it more plausible. Like, we could put the Joker and we could put Bane in here. So we'll just have to see what DC does. Personally, I think that they are incompetent as a company. They don't know what they want to do in their live action film department. I mean, because look at what's going on with the Man of Steel. Man of Steel is set to come out next summer, and they don't even know if they want to make this a part of the Justice League movie. Zack Snyder was answering questions, and he's like, I don't know, maybe it might be part of Justice League. Maybe. They say they want to do a Justice League movie because it's on the heels of the Avengers and they want to make all this money, but they don't know. They don't have any heroes established, and this Batman series is over, so they have zero things established. And if what Zack Snyder said is true, and that has nothing to do with Justice League, what the hell are you doing? We don't have Wonder Woman, we don't have Flash, we don't have Batman, we don't have freaking Superman, we have nobody. I don't know what the hell DC is doing. Honestly, I think that they should just stay to the cartoons, and they should stay to the animated films, because I think that's where they one up Marvel on so many levels. I mean, look at the quality of the cartoons DC has made and their animated films as opposed to Marvel. I think that Marvel is really just shining nowadays with their live action films as opposed to their cartoons, you know. Because whenever they do have a good cartoon that people like, it gets canceled in favor of something else. Look at Ultimate Spider-Man and look at Avengers Assemble. I don't know what's going on. So, you know, to sum it up, I'm not opposed to a Batman reboot. I really did appreciate what Nolan did. I think that we can have Nolan's films as well as a more comic booky style Batman movie. You know, it's not as if it's like Spider-Man with Raimi that was trying to be like, we're not going to get into Raimi right now. It was trying to have the serious moments of Spider-Man, but then they tried to add all this fucking camp, and it didn't mesh well, so. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I really want to say on the Batman movie, so you guys can expect, those reviews. as well as, some other, videos from me, mainly in regards to the NXP podcast. I know a lot of people have been wanting to see episode 3 for a long time. It's like, dude, come on, put episode 3. I get at least a message or two a day saying, when are you doing it? When are you doing it? Episode 3 is already in the process of being recorded, but we have recorded some side episodes for it to keep you guys quelled, if you want to say. We recorded an Amazing Spider-Man follow-up, which is essentially our own reviews for the film, as well as critiquing some of the idiotic claims made by critics and fans. Like the people who are saying that they didn't explain the lizard's motive, and I'm like, yeah, they did. It's right there in the movie, right there. You know, those type of claims. So if you are looking forward to that, look forward to it. If you are tired of the Spider-Man movie videos, then don't watch them. That's all I got to say to you. As well as that, we also have an interview that we did with a certain anime / video game voice actor. It was me, XAM, and FutureGo and SSJ2. And I'm not going to give any, I'm not going to really say who it is, but if you follow me on Facebook, you already know. I will just say that this person has been known for the longest time as being the dude who said, last time on Dragon Ball Z. So we got an interview with that guy. You will see that eventually. And, yeah, one more thing before I go. I really wanted to talk to you guys about Kingdom Hearts fans in particular. As you know, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance comes out in just 11 days, January 31st. It already came out in some parts of Europe, which kind of sucks that we're not going to be seeing it for a while. But what are you gonna do? Localization is a bitch. But Square Enix and Nintendo are planning a Kingdom Hearts themed event at Nintendo World. If you know, Nintendo World is a store in New York City which is dedicated to Nintendo fans, new and old, all that good stuff. They have a lot of Nintendo related merchandise there. You can buy video games, plushes, all that good stuff. So on January 28th, July 28th, which is this Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Nintendo Store is going to be decked out in celebration of Dream Drop Distance's launch. And if you go to that event, you will be able to. I'm speaking for 15 minutes straight. Kills me. Blech. You'll be able to pick up your copy of Dream Drop Distance 3 days earlier than it releases in the States, which is freaking awesome. I don't think I will actually pick up my copy simply because I pre-ordered it on Newegg and I got the Mark of Mastery edition for like 10 bucks off as opposed to its normal price. So I won't be getting it. But the thing is, I will still be going to that event simply because it's a Kingdom Hearts related event. I'm like, oh, awesome, let's go check it out. So my question to you guys is, are you going to this event? If you live in the New York State area, will you be going there? Because I will be going there. I will be there around 9 o'clock, 10 a.m. So come out, let's hang out, let's go get some lunch after the event, have fun, explore the city, record videos, do something. I don't know, just chill, hang out. So I will be there. If you are planning on going, private message me. And this is only for the people who are actually going to the event, not someone who says, well, I don't know if I'm going to be really going, I might go or not. No, people who are, they know that they will be going to this event, because I don't want people backing out at the last moment, because, it's a day to have fun. So, why not be consistent, I guess. Be a man of your word. So personal message me if you are going. I will be there. And like I said, we can hang out and then, I don't know, do whatever people do in the city. We'll go to Kinokuniya. We'll go to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. We'll do a bunch of shit and we'll all record it and put it up on YouTube. So anyway, you guys, that was this episode of NGS Talks. It was a pretty long one, but that's the point of the series, I guess. You can expect those reviews and the episodes of the NXP podcast coming up real soon in the future. People wanted me to speak on the subject of Final Fantasy Versus 13 apparently being canceled. I think I'll save that for a blog TV and talk about it then, because I could spend 20 minutes bitching about Square Enix. So, yeah, I'll probably upload that to YouTube after I do a blog TV. But I thank you guys for watching this video. I'm NGS signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace out.